Myself. All right. So welcome everybody to Choose Greater Health with Paige Spears. We do here every second, fourth Friday of the month. See, I'm outside, just got done with the cleanup I was doing, but we are here. So, hi Paige, how are you doing today?
Thank you. Hi, Emily. And today's topic is about the communities and resources that have been good for us. And I'll start off by saying that I'm a member of three different online support groups. The first one is my local group that used to meet in person, and we've been on Zoom for the last 6 years or so. And we just had a meeting last night, and I've been stepping in as an occasional co-facilitator since we have switched facilitators recently, with our original one stepping back a bit. And also, the co-facilitator of this group is a member of the Friday group that I go to. They meet every 2 weeks at 11 a.m. Central and go for 2 hours. The first hour being a discussion of our stories, what's up for us, and the second hour being devoted to speech language therapy exercises and brain games with one of the rotation of speech language therapists who comes to our meetings. And the group that meets, I think it's at least every other Wednesday. That's called the Brain Exchange, and I've started as a co-facilitator of that group also, but then it would be good for us to adjust the meeting times, since it would be better for me to start at 3 p.m. Central rather than 4. And anyway, we're looking for guest speakers for that too. We're filling out the roster. And then another group of involved with that I go to on Tuesdays is it's another support group where we just meet and discuss what's up for us. So those are the groups that I'm part of. And what about you, Emily?
That's awesome. Um, so I'm a part of a autism group. That has a couple meetings a month, and one of them being kind of a support group that goes for an hour and a half. Um, uh, we're kind of bring up any news that's going on, and then people are able to suggest a topic that they would like to talk about for the that day. We've gone to one topic. I think must have had during one meeting is like three different topics. But it's been a good group that I've been a part of for the last um like 6 years now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and
There's been
uh,
some cross membership between some of my groups, or Mark Halverson, the facilitator of the Seminole Spirit group that meets on Fridays. He was a guest on this show also, so Kurt knows him now too, and thinking of inviting him to be a guest on the local support group Zoom. And uh, um, there's a Carol and a Karen, and they live in Columbia and St. Louis, respectively, and they have occasionally joined me on Fridays also.
awesome. So how did you get involved with these groups? Did you hear about the other groups from somebody in one of the other groups that you joined, or how did?
I first heard about the other two that aren't local at networking events, and I
Okay.
connected with facilitators on LinkedIn. And I recently, within the last year, made some introductions to my local support group members to go to the other ones. And so there's been cross attendance there. How did you hear about yours?
I'm not sure if I remember. I think, well, my mom had initially brought it up. I'm not sure. She, very sure she had exactly heard about it or anything like that, but anyway.
Yeah, and I first heard about my local group. Actually, there was a flyer for a movement event that the recently previous facilitator hosted in her own business at the time, and the flyer was at my Reiki provider's office where I go to a free Reiki share every month, most months that I'm not horseback riding anyway. So I connected with her about the event and found out that she was facilitating the support group. And that was when we were meeting in person. And that first meeting was when I got the idea to, the guest speaker then was a chiropractor. And so I got a list of local chiropractors from him and found my current chiropractic clinic. And so I've been also doing that since 2017. And that's when I started going to those meetings. And I've brought in my current therapeutic horseback riding instructor as a guest speaker when we were meeting in person. Have you
Awesome.
had much about guest speakers in your groups?
Um, Not really like actual speakers coming in necessarily. Just kind of within our uh, own group. Because any issues that have come up. Um, but are they like I'm guessing they're well attended, or how many people usually join on any particular night, or is it kind of a smaller group or a big group, or
Usually about, I think something like 12 attendees on Fridays. And I think there were 4 or 5 of us on the local one last night. And I think between 5 and 8 regular people on Tuesdays.
so not bad. This is exciting.
Mhm.
It's important to find resources to get help if needed for yourself and for others as well.
Yeah,
Just look
and the topics range from nutrition to integrative therapies and self-care and executive functioning tips.
I'm sure all good topics, important topics.
Yeah,
So, um, did you say you had like a book coming out, or does it come out, or how has that been going?
still working on that.
Oh, okay.
I suppose, looking for the right support for final edits and publication.
Oh, okay.
And what I have been thinking about doing on May 11th is there's an event that's going to be hosted by the Natural Health Collaborative and an online event relating to resilience and thriving. And so my topic is going to be how I've used integrative therapies for the whole person to maintain health and get to thriving 10 years post injury, since May 11th is when that will be.
Well, that's awesome. It's exciting. Um, um, so that's coming out soon, like a month.
Yeah. And with the groups that I'm in, it's best for members to join by getting on the email list. Although one thing I might make a suggestion to them about is to have a link to join to get on the email list that can be easily shared.
Yeah. So if one was interested in being a part of any of these groups, like how would they exactly do that? Do they talk to you or it's somebody else?
Probably talk to me
Okay,
first initially.
okay,
Similarly for you.
yeah, yeah, be good. Um,
Well, anyway, we can say that support groups are a very good resource for anyone looking for a community to join for their given condition.
yeah, the community is really important for anybody, but especially with uh, yeah, different things going on.
Yeah, and it's the respective communities that can really make a difference. Like there might be a listing of local support groups on the Brain Injury Association of America's site or Brain Injury Association of your state. And there's also the National Blood Clot Alliance, and they have links to their Facebook group there and maybe even local support groups.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of resources out there for those who need help.
Yeah. And communities like the Choose Greater Health community, still in development, but getting closer.
Yeah. Let's see. Um, is there anything else you'd like to talk about today, Paige? Or
We've covered a lot and had a good conversation. Thanks, Emily.
yeah, this is a good show.
Yeah,
And encourage everybody to check out social media and like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/at Choose Greater Health. Um, and if you are interested in being a guest, and reach out to us, and it can get you on a schedule. Um, so we'll be back in a couple of weeks. Don't have the
yeah, the next
date right
guest
in front of
is
me, but
on
it's
at the next show.
yeah, date right in front of me, but it's in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So till then, everybody has a safe and active week and to stay happy.